Alright guys, so we've just got to Terminal 5. Got loads to do to get set. I've got loads of work to do before we get on the plane, but first stage almost complete. Get to the airport, we can get over to Holland, and then yeah, when we get back we can do that fishing. So wish me luck for these meetings. Cheers. Okay, sorry about the shaking about. Meeting's done. I am still in Schiphol Airport, so literally got to get the flight back now to Heathrow, pick up the car, see why I smile on my face, and let's get fishing. So I'll see you the other end. Well, good morning. Last time I spoke to you, I think we were just arriving here at the fantastic Wraysbury South, and yeah, conditions look really spot on, to be fair. Myself, I'm here with 3 others, so it's going to be good mate Patrick, good mate Al, and good mate Adam. And we try and do this once a year, and yeah, we've gone over to Belgium, France, Holland, all sorts together over the years, and they're terrific anglers and yeah, fantastic guys. So about the session then, so by the time I got it, because I got here so late, as you know, if you've seen before, from the airport, I think I got about just after 8 o'clock I think, and pitch black, and the only swims available were not the ones I probably would have wanted to go in, to be honest, but you roll with the punches. My fault, I was late, etc, etc. So yeah, I went into swim 1, which, if you imagine, you know, we're looking at Hut Island like this, and you sort of, I don't know how to do it like that. Okay, so say this is just the island here, you've got a bridge that comes on from the mainland here, you've got swim 1, obviously 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. You know, basically, sorry, 5 would be about here, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and 5 is the one that looks on into Dredger Bay. So basically what happened last night is there's massive thunderstorms last night, no rain, loads of lightning, etc, etc. I chose to go, and I'll show you what the swim looks like now, but basically I chose to, it wasn't that I didn't want to listen to the raps that they've got in the books. They tell you it's something like 10 3/4 raps here and here, but I found a really great spot of 15 and a bit raps, and yeah, it didn't do a bite, but I did find a really nice spot that did produce bite. So I've had the first fish. I caught it fairly, I don't know what was the time even, it was probably about midnight. I couldn't sack it up, it would just been too long, I wouldn't have found the fish. So here's a quick bit of video, and yeah, the video is really, yeah, it's not great, really did need a head torch on, but it was one of those things. But the stills came out really well. Elliot did a phenomenal job on the photo, so yeah, cheers Elliot. So let's have a look at those now. Yeah, the fish went £25.9, I think, something like that. So yeah, lovely mid-20, and testament to the fantastic fish that are in it. So I believe, and I could be wrong, that I think there's dinks in here. I think that they've got Sutton fish in here as well, and yeah, I think I've got some other ones that I'm not too sure of, but they're stunning fish. So in terms of the method for that fish, it was PVA bag essentially, little NS1 CC more pop up in there, so a Northern Special yellow basically, that was about 12mm, little bag pellet with some that was pulled out, and then basically some chops that were really soaked in. Basically I was just soaking it in salmon oil and stuff like that, so that went out in the bag. I've got 2 rods that are out in open water at the 15 and the 3/4 wraps, which, given that it's just hardcore weed everywhere, like just rafts of it that obviously have sunk, and basically what it feels like is you've got around, it seems to be quite long, like almost like basically a bar essentially. It's probably, and again just basically on my limited cast, but it feels like it's about 8 yards sort of deep, and I'd say probably about 25 yards long, and it's just comes back. It's not like gravel, it's just smooth, so it just comes back straight away like glassy. So very foolishly, and probably why I didn't do a bite, is when I came here, and it was very silly of me, but I went with a perceived idea, which you should never do, so poor angling on my part, but I set up to fish chods because that was a successful tactic last time. I remember how incredibly weedy it was last time, and it actually is here. I just was surprised to have come across such a clean spot in amongst full-on weed. So it was just so late, and I was trying to get the bivvy up and say hello to everyone, and it was just poor angling on my part. So this morning I'm going to switch over to bottom baits straight out of the bag. You know, a couple of Pacific tunas on the hook, and yeah, basically I'm just going to spread it out with a stick, and yeah, I've got a new stick actually. Where is it? Tell you what, it is decent. I've got the I don't know if you can see that particularly well, but I've got the new Scorpion stick. I say new, it's new to me, it's probably been out quite some time, but yeah, it's yeah, it's decent. But yeah, it takes up to 18mm, and yeah, probably not giving it the best pitch here because I haven't got my contacts in yet, so it's probably all out of focus, but yeah, I really like it. You know, I've used all sorts. I've used like the Corda ones when I first started. I used a metal one that was really good, but I just found the metal one was a bit heavy and a bit cumbersome, a bit big. Corda one I found was quite long, but did a really good job. But this one just seems to be a bit harder. Plastic, I guess. Yeah, it just feels a little bit more robust. So the way I use things, hopefully it will stand the test of time anyway. But yeah, very comfortable to use. It was very difficult to see if I was being particularly accurate last night because it was in the dark, but today I'll be able to give it a proper good test, and yeah, see how we get on. Right, so we've had a fish. What's next? Well, what I want to do is I kind of want to just see out bite time, and yeah, I want to then reel the rods in, have another lead about in the day, really get focused on where exactly I am, where the end spots are. I'm pretty certain I'm bang on, to be fair, and then what we'll do, like I say, switch over to bottom baits. I'm going to leave the other one on the PVA bag. I'm going to pole out again. I use a bushwhacker. Yeah, lots and lots of people do, but I find it a valuable piece of kit in certain situations. If you need to be deadly accurate, but you need to be quiet, and you don't need to have loads of boilies coming down on, especially shallow water. I know that in shallow water you still going to see this big black thing over the top, but to me it's no different than, in some respects, than a bird, almost like that black dark shadow over the top. Something they sort of get used to, but I just feel like if you're hammering in a spot that's going in 2 foot into the water, or like I say, raining it down with boilies, rather than just a subtle tip and then go, and I just think it can only help. But yeah, rabbited on long enough. I'll come back to you in a minute when I'm redoing the rods, and I'll confirm the wraps, and yeah, we'll get some bait out there. But right, I'll come back to you in a bit. Cheers. So after some great food, it was a chance to kick back and relax, make sure the bait's all ready to go, some Pacific tuna were fired out, but of course when it's a social you want to catch up with your mates, watch a bit of football and some boxing. So a bit of an update, we've had another fish, this time to the right hand rod. So initially I had 2 rods out that were on the 50.5 wraps on a clear spot. I've since kept 1 on that clear spot but changed over to Pacific tuna wafters because it's just so clear. I mean there's a big bank of weed but it's clear in there. The middle rod I've also changed to a Pacific tuna wafter, and the right hand rod that's been pulled out on a little yellow NS1 pop-up. So I don't know if I can get it out of it because I've got my tripod set on it, so perhaps I can get it. No, it's going to fall over. But yeah, basically like 12-13 mil NS1 pop-ups, yellow, that's had a bit of the halo liquids put over the top of it. Pulled it out, a few chops with salmon oil, and yeah, it's smashed round, 19.5 pound, but what a looker. So let's have a look at the video of that one now. There you go. So yeah, just following the same tactics, press and repeat. Little NS1 yellow pop up just in the PVA bag full of pellets, simple stuff, but just getting that spot right. So the yeah, Gardner mugger and that Hydro Tough line, yeah, just bomb proof all this weed around. So yeah, super pleased. Let's get back.